Hey, what's up? Day 77 of this lockdown never-ending story. Um, it's it's been an interesting week to say the least. I do these lockdown videos every day. One, it was helping me keep sane, and two, like I said, it was to help me get through a routine through this pandemic. So I'll do a video every day, and hopefully tell some stories, make people laugh. Just give people insight into my life, how I think, and everything else. And a lot of times you try to make them funny, and it's a weird dynamic to be a comedian right now because it doesn't seem like anything's really funny, especially on social media. It almost feels insensitive to try to make a joke or make light of it. But on the other side of things, it could be what's needed. It's like there's not really a right or wrong. It's just you're kind of up in the air. And even this week on my podcast, I was having Desi Banks on. And Desi Banks is a YouTube guy, funny dude. I worked with him back in New Year's Eve in Dallas. That's where I met him. And I thought he was going to be really timely because I had Kevin Hart on last week and we were talking about comedians and growing. And then I said, well, Desi is a new comic because me and Kev are like the OGs, so to speak. And then Desi, I thought he was going to give a nice young perspective of comedy and how he started doing the YouTube videos. And then Desi sent a tweet out and he caught a lot of heat for a tweet he sent out, which even when I saw it, I knew what he was trying to say, but people just started attacking him. And really he was just naive. It was young. He didn't realize what he posted was insensitive to some people, but there was no malicious intent behind it. And I knew that. Knowing Desi, I'm not best friends with him, but I know how he is. I know his character, and people just, instead of just trying to educate him, they just attacked him. And that seemed, that's the way of social media. So I'm going to hold off on having Desi on my podcast for a few weeks, and we'll air his episode in a week or two. But I thought what was important this week on my podcast, which is going to air Tuesday, is yesterday, since this pandemic started, every other Saturday, me and my wife, we drive out to Napa where my manager lives. And Napa's calm. It's like the world could be in chaos and Napa's okay. And she's got a beautiful house, beautiful front yard. And we just sit outside and talk and have coffee, breakfast, things like that. But yesterday was interesting because as we was out there, all the major cities are in chaos. And we are literally in this calm, very peaceful environment. And my manager, who's a white lady, and my wife, who's a black lady, both grew up in the Bay Area. And different experiences growing up. But, being in Northern California, you're going to come in contact with a lot of cultures and ways of thinking. And I think people in the Bay are a lot more open-minded to a lot of things. And I heard them talking about the state of the country, the riots, the death of George Floyd. And I just sat back and was listening. And literally I stopped their conversation and I said, could you guys stop for a second? And they looked at me. I said, why don't you guys come on my podcast and have this same discussion just so people can see it? Because I think it's going to be important and timely, and it's going to give a different perspective to see a white woman and a black woman that grew up in the same area with completely different experiences, but they both want the same thing out of life. They both want their families to be safe. They both want to just be stable. They want to be happy. And one case, you got my manager, who's a white lady, that says, I want to help. How do I help? What can I do? She wants equality for everybody, everyone to have a fair chance and to be treated the same. And then you got my wife, and as a black woman, trying to explain to her what she can do and what they can do together to, make progress and move people forward. So this Tuesday at 1 p.m. East Coast time, 10 a.m. West Coast time. They're going to have that discussion. And I think it's going to be pretty timely. So, all right. Now tomorrow I'll be back doing another lockdown video. I'm going to do just a military story tomorrow, like I do Military Mondays. I'm sure I'll get some slack because I'm going to just tell a military story, and some people find it humorous, some might not. But, you know, just to break up I don't know. It's social media is not, it's not that uplifting right now. Every now and then I'll see a video that still gives you hope though. Like I saw the sheriff in Flint, Michigan, where he took his helmet off, told all the police officers to put their batons down, and he just got in front of this big crowd and said, "Hey, we're with you." He said, "We love you. We love this city. And what do you need from us? What do we got to do?" And the crowd started chanting, "Walk with us." So he said, "All right, let's walk." He said, "I want to turn this protest into a parade." And everybody just started walking together. And I saw other parts of the country. I saw people, protesting peacefully with the police officers. But like I said, you always got the rioters and looters, and people are quick to say it's the black people, but we're come to find out that's not always the case. There is other outside organizations that really want to separate people, and they're throwing bricks and breaking out windows and things of that nature. And I don't know. It's just interesting. Just an interesting time we live in. It's a sad time we live in, and hopefully we'll get through it and come out better in the long run because of it. But it's a discussion I think this country's long overdue to have, and people get frustrated and they don't know what to do with their frustration, and this is what happens. Ice Cube said it best. He was like, a lot of this could have been avoided if those 4 police officers were arrested immediately. So, all right, we'll see you tomorrow. It's another lockdown video. All right, see ya.